Hey everybody, how's it going? I just want to drop you a video real quick on some of the, or actually just one main thought that's been kind of going through my head recently. And with all the things that we've talked about doing, all the things that we've written down, that we've worked on, whatever it is, the key to every bit of our success is one word. That one simple word is execution. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, unless we execute, there's no progress. So when we write things down, that's great. But until we put some action behind it, it's just words on paper. It's just things that we've written on our to-do list. It has no real value until we actually execute on it. So I look at all the different things that are going on, and like I said, execution is the key to anything. Your success, your failure, you're staying in one place, you're moving forward, progressing. If you don't execute, you go nowhere. But until you go in, as I tell people when we write down thoughts and we write down ideas, I always say, let's put some legs underneath it. What I'm simply saying is make it move. Your thoughts, let's put some legs underneath those things, execute so we can actually make some progress in the ideas that we have in our head, in the plans that we've written down in our journals, in our planners, whatever it may be. But we want to make sure that we execute. Execution doesn't always mean success, but it always means progress. You're always going to execute something, but it may not turn out the way you want it to. But it's at least a path that you've tried, and you can figure out that that's not the right direction for me to go in. So now I go on a different path. But you execute, you're moving forward. Execution is going to be the key to any milestone, any major success. Anything that you want to go through and succeed in has to have execution as the core piece of it. Other than that, it's just a dream. It's just a thought. It's just random. It has nothing legitimate behind it. So what you want to make sure that you do is, once again, in whatever you're doing, execute. Make sure that you don't get stopped. You don't let small hurdles, small roadblocks stop you from execution. Like I said, it may not be easy. It may have some bumps in the road, but you have to continue to move forward. You have to continue to execute. I'm going to continue to emphasize that word, execution, execution, execution. Because just like me creating this video, I've had thoughts in my mind about creating a video by execution for a week. Guess what? Until now, it's just been a thought. There's been no execution behind it. I've had procrastination, which is another word that we should basically eliminate from our vocabulary. So I've procrastinated and I've made excuses as to why I haven't done it. I've waited. I said I'll get to it later, whatever it is. But I've basically delayed it. I didn't execute. Now, there's no reason for me not to execute. There wasn't any reason before. I just gave myself a reason that I would do it later. And I'm sure that's something that you all are doing as well. And as we're going to try to move forward in our goals and our dreams, is we've given ourselves a way out, and we have to stop doing that. We have to stop giving ourselves an excuse to not do something. It validates it to ourselves, but if we actually told somebody that we have as an accountability partner, if we told them what our excuse was, they would just look us in the face like we were crazy. Like, really? That's really what your justification was for not doing it? So I'm looking at you in the face right now and saying, really? That's really what you're using as an excuse not to go in and execute on what your plans are? Really? Get up off your butt and get something done. That's from me to you. Anytime you need that encouragement, go back to that. Rewind that little piece of it, snip it, whatever it is. Really? Come on. Look yourself in the mirror and say, really? Come on. Execute. Execution is the key. We have to execute. We have to execute. We have to execute. We can no longer sit back and just let things happen around us. The opportunities are great for us right now, for everybody, for self-starters to go in and grow your business, to start your own business, whatever it may be. It's there. This is the opportunity to do it. Everything in the business world is shifting right now. This is a time to get in on the ground floor or a couple floors up if you can, before things start to really explode. Because a lot of things, if you haven't already figured it out, are going to be remote. They're going to be mobile. A lot of those people that are going back into offices, or that had offices before, aren't going to be going back to offices. A lot of companies are realizing that they can do remote for their employees. And what that does is that's going to cut down on their overall overhead. It's going to be cheaper for them to basically pay for your internet and maybe a phone versus the square footage that you will be taking up in an office building, as well as a phone line and the electricity and all the other things that come along with either renting space or owning a building. Yes, there are going to be jobs that you have to do in a building, but a lot of stuff companies are realizing now, I don't need people in this building to go in and get these things done, these projects done. They can be at home. And once again, by them reducing their overhead, that's going to increase their profit. We all know it's all about the dollar. So what I'm telling you right now is, when you're deciding what type of business you want to get into, let your mind go towards remote learning, remote execution, satellite teaching, whatever it is. Don't look at a brick and mortar anymore, because that's going to start to go away. What I've noticed in a lot of buildings that I see being built in different communities is I don't see office buildings. I see warehouses. Think about it. Look at those. Look at all the new construction is going up. You don't see actual office buildings going up anymore. You see warehouses. So there's products out there. There just aren't people in those. Well, I mean, of course, there's a few people in the building, but there aren't a full staff of designers, engineers, procurement, whatever it is. Those people can go in and do that stuff remotely, satellite. So a lot of the buildings that we're looking at are simply warehouses. They just need somewhere to store their goods. So next time you're driving around and you're looking at new construction, as far as office wise, it's not office buildings, it's warehouses. So once again, let's change our mindset to not thinking of a brick and mortar. Think of remote. But don't just think, execute. Whatever you have in your mind, write it down and put some legs underneath it. Execute it. Make it move forward. Don't let it just be a thought on a piece of paper. Let there be some action behind that. And as I'm telling you that, I'm telling me that as well. So once again, really, that's the excuse that you give into yourself as to why you haven't started moving yet. Come on. So that's from me to you. So let's get busy. Let's execute. And let's not let this opportunity pass us by. Ready, set, go. Thank you for watching my video. I greatly appreciate your support. For more videos like this, my blog, or my podcast, you can go to my website, wordsbywimberly.com. There you'll find links to all of my past blogs, web videos, and podcasts, as well as information about me. You can subscribe to my website. That way you get notified of any new information that I post, as well as contact me through my website. Or you can email directly to me at michael@wordsbywimberly.com. You can also find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and even Spotify, Words by Wimberly, or you can contact me through LinkedIn at Michael Wimberly. Thank you once again for your support. Let's grow together and let's keep pressing forward. Ready, set, go.